Here's a crazy idea. How about instead of getting upset with me for saying things that you don't agree with, why not take a look if you have the facts straight before accusing me of being wrong? You might end up learning a lot. Don't mind my hair, that I'm waiting to get in the shower. It's shower day. Anyways, no matter what happens, the media just cannot admit that Trump was right, basically ever. And that's because admitting it would destroy their credibility. For years, Canada and American outlets have told you that Trump was unhinged, irrational, and triggered. If they admit now that his so-called outbursts actually led to stronger trade, lower employment, and fairer deals, then they would have to admit that they lied, and the trust they've built with their audience, it would collapse overnight. It's simply a fact that controversy sells better than correction. The media doesn't profit from truth, it profits from outrage. A calm, confident Trump doesn't get clicks, but a raging maniac does. And let's be honest, half the country wouldn't click on a positive headline about President Trump. So they keep feeding the same narrative, even when reality has moved on, because conflict equals revenue. Even in times when it makes the most sense for them to admit their mistakes and set the record straight, it seems to be a common liberal trait to lie and then continue lying and then distract and then get other people involved, all to avoid any accountability. They've built an entire brand around being the truth tellers saving democracy. So if Trump ends up being right about trade, borders, and the economy, that would mean that they weren't saving democracy. They were protecting their own pride, and that politics have become nothing more than performances. In Canada, Carney's image as the calm counter-Trump depends on Trump being the villain. If Trump's policies work, Carney loses his contrast. Same with US media. They need the monster to keep the hero story alive. They mocked him for walking away from bad deals. They called it ego. Then they quietly celebrated the results when those deals started benefiting them. They just didn't tell you who to thank. The truth that nobody wants to admit is that Trump didn't need the media's approval to make progress. He just needed results that people could feel. And now the evidence is undeniable. The same journalists who mocked him are hoping you've forgotten what they said. But we haven't forgotten. Some of us have been paying attention throughout, and we took notes. Now we're telling the story that you refused to.